Hi there guys, welcome back to the channel. So before we start, I just wanted to let you know I'm using a new software now. So those of you that have watched my channel for a bit, can you just let me know if you notice anything different with this? Obviously I'm going to check it out and everything, but it'd be good to know if you guys notice something as well. So today, Liverpool have been linked with, well, I won't say, they've been linked with another defender. Spectre mentioned him to me yesterday and I found the article, so I'm going to do a little bit of thing over that. And Thiago seems to have some sort of destination he could potentially go to as well. So I'm going to cover that. So, firstly, let's talk about the guy I spoke about yesterday. So, Jean-Claude Tobido. There's been another article written about him today, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly. According to Nice Matin, they've written a big article on him and the situation of the player. So, basically, I'm just going to read verbatim now from them. It says here that on the French international situation, who is thriving in the southern club, meaning there's little point in him leaving now, Liverpool are keen, though they are said to be a very attractive destination for the centre-back, as they have Jurgen Klopp in charge, seen as an emblematic and well-established manager. This gives them an advantage over competitors such as Manchester United, whose situation is a little bit more precarious than the Reds. That added to the legendary stadium that is Anfield, a brilliant current season that sees them sitting top of the Premier League for the time being, and a squad comprised of one of Tobido's good friends, Ibrahim Konate, make it an ideal destination for the player. In fact, the last part would also help Liverpool's vision for the player, as they would imagine combining the two Frenchmen as their centre-back pairing going forward, taking into account Virgil van Dijk isn't exactly getting any younger and could need replacing at some point in the foreseeable future. All this comes at a cost, though, as Nice would make it clear that they want €60 million for their star this January, which is unlikely to be paid by anyone, meaning a summer transfer is far more likely at the moment in time. So I think £55 million that is there. Again, should have probably done this earlier. Let's just have a look at the guy's profile on Transfer Market. See what we can see about him on here. Here we go. So, 24 years of age, guys. They rate him at €35 million, so about £30 million. He's made 14 appearances in League 1 this season, 1 yellow card, 1 red, 1 assist. There's no sort of, doesn't say there's any agency here for him. He's right-footed as well, which, again, you'd have two right-footed centre-backs, which we've got now, obviously, with Van Dijk and Konate, but we have been heavily linked with left-sided centre-backs in Inacio and stuff like that. It says here that Nice bought him for 8.5 million from Barcelona in 2021, and his contract expires in 2027. So, and Barcelona also get a percentage of any future sale of the player as well. Doesn't say anything about a release clause or out on here, so I don't know where that's from, about the €60 million. Don't know where that's come from. But yeah, again, guys, he seems to be linked with us again. Seems to be picking up a bit of pace as this one. Inacio seems to have gone quiet of late. But this, again, in regards to Jurgen Klopp, being in charge, makes me think, that we're going to need Jurgen to extend his contract again for us to keep this going, this period of success that we're having at the moment. I think Klopp's got another season on his contract after this. I might be wrong again, I'm just going to look for myself. I was going to ask you guys to let me know, but I'll just search it now. See if it lets me find out. That's not going to, here we go. Jurgen Klopp. So his contract expires in 2026. So we would have this season, next season. So you got another 2 years with Klopp by sounds of it, football terms. Yeah. So you would think he'd extend again, I think, anyway, as long as we're doing well, if we win another league title, Champions League, whatever. And if we sign someone like these type of players, another fresh young squad, the makings of a great manager, in my opinion, is obviously winning trophies, but it's also renovating your squad and making changes when necessary. Sir Alex Ferguson was one of the best at doing that. You know, he'd play players until they got the last bit of sweat out of them, then just get rid of them, bring somebody else in. You know, it was like a car. You know, taking parts out and keeping it ticking over, and that's what makes a good manager. And Jurgen Klopp has successfully done that, in my opinion, twice now at Liverpool. You know, when he first came in, he inherited a load of players, got rid of them, brought his own in, won the league, won everything with the club, and then now again, them players have got old, they've been moved on in drips and drabs, and then he's brought in a whole fresh team, and we're having a really good season, guys. You know, we could potentially end on a quadruple if we win everything. Not the quadruple where everyone would probably rave about in regards to Champions League, blah, 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 but it is still a quadruple, isn't it? So, yeah, let's see what happens there, guys, in regards to that. But just keep an eye on this defender, Tobido, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. He seems to be being linked to us a lot of late, so possibly the one to keep an eye on. Next up is this Colombian centre-back, Kevin Mantilla. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Double L in Spanish is a Y, isn't it? So, yeah, Mantilla. You know what I'm talking about. So, basically, there are claims that Liverpool and Brighton are both following this player. And it says here that on December the 28th, AS in Colombia relayed claims about the Premier League duo and then insisted the Reds hadn't made contact with the 20-year-old's entourage. And then the president of the club has now revealed that both Liverpool and Brighton are following the player for a while. And his quotes are relayed by La Voz. And he adds the two English clubs have already requested information about him. So these are the quotes, guys. It's true. They have been following him for 4 months now, and they asked us for information about his physical records, he said. Talares signed... Oh, the player's called Talares, guys. C.A. Talares Kevin Mataya. Okay. Talares signed for the Colombia under-21... Oh, no. I got this mixed up here. Talares signed. That's the club. It is Kevin Mantilla. Sorry, guys. Sorry about this. The club signed the under-21 international from Independiente Santa Fe last summer and handed him a deal until December 2027. He has made 8 appearances so far this season, and the club president just said no when asked if he has plans to cash in on the South American sale in the winter window. Liverpool's interest in the player isn't new, as they looked at him at the start of 2023 when he was at Independiente Santa Fe, and Brighton have joined them in keeping close tabs on him. So again, guys, probably someone to keep an eye on. Again, I will search this kid over on Transfer Market and see if there's anything to do with us in regards to his agency. You should just search for things before you even start recording. I'm going to start doing that because this is just taking the piss. Here we go. So they rate him at 2.5 million euros, about £2 million pounds or something. He's a centre back. He can play on the left or the right. Again, it says here they signed him in 2023. The contract run expires in 2027, December. Let's have a look at his agency, see if there's anything there in regards to Liverpool. Nah. Oh, David Ospina seems to be the most highly rated player they've got on there. Oh, no. Anderson Araro. He played for Liverpool. I'm sure he did. And he's another Colombian, 24-year-old. Right back. He actually plays for Liverpool now. He's out on loan at FC Andorra. Yes, guys. So we do have a relationship with this player's agency. That is very interesting. And it's a Colombian as well that we've got on the books. Probably one to keep an eye on this, guys. You know, the president's come out and basically said that it's true that we are actually watching him. So you've got to think there's something behind it. You know, we had the old Andre situation, didn't we? You know, with the player, their president, coming out and basically saying that we were interested in the player, blah, 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 blah. Nothing happened. But probably one to keep an eye on, guys. Another right-footed centre-back. Would we need him, though? Just thinking about it now, guys. You're breaking it down now. So we've got... So this kid wouldn't even qualify for future homegrown either as well, because he's too old now. We'd have Matip's going in the summer. So we'd have Kanate, Van Dijk, Gomez, Kwanzaa, this kid, or, Tobido or Inacio or whatever. So you'll be looking at then Gomez, this kid, Inacio, or another one you have to say who's going to come in and replace Matip, Van Dijk, and Kanate. I don't think I said that already, have I? So you've got 5 and Kwanzaa, so you've got 6 centre backs, if I made that right, for 2 positions. What's the point in signing him? Unless you're going to loan him out. Do you know what I mean? Or if you're going to move somebody else on, but I can't see him moving Joe Gomez on. He's having a great season and we need him for the homegrown quota and everything like that. Kanate, yes, he's injury prone, but again, he's the future, I think. Van Dijk is on aging. He's been in the last year of his contract next summer. Club captain. Don't think they'd sell him next year. Do you? Bit of a weird one, guys, that we've been linked with like a few centre backs. I can't see him loaning out Kwanzaa next year either. You know, he's played really well. So, yeah. Maybe want to come back to guys, but just keep an eye on him. And then last, guys, the one that we've, mostly probably won't be interested in is that there's a Brazilian journalist that is basically saying that Flamengo are one of the sides interested in signing Thiago Alcantara when his contract expires at the end of the season. There's no quotes here or anything like that. It just basically says that Liverpool have no interest in keeping the player in their squad, and it makes the operation a little bit easier. I think obviously Thiago's dad is from Brazil, so it might be something he wants to do. There's other clubs that are ready to join the race as well as Al Ettifaq in Saudi Arabia, and there'll be other probably Saudi clubs as well that would probably be interested in him as well. And it just goes on to say that, he's suffered a lot of injuries while he's been at Liverpool, and his appearances hasn't made any appearances for Liverpool this season, and his time at Anfield is quickly coming to an end. I don't think there's much more to say about Thiago, but we got him at the wrong time, I think. He was a lot better when he was a lot younger. But yeah, I'm kind of glad he spent some time at Liverpool because he is a player that I actually liked as a kid growing up. And I kind of idolised him a little bit. I kind of put some of my own play when I used to play around it about, how he played and stuff like a bit of a passer of the ball and that. So yeah. Right, guys, let me know your comments down below, what you think of all this. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here and give the video a like as well if you've enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll catch you next one.